strange lights appeared above the city of Phoenix in 1997, mystifying residents and leaving an indelible mark on the community. Skeptics say the V-shaped pattern of lights were caused by flares, but those who directly observe the lights refute all earthly explanations.
When I got off the freeway very close to here, there was this massive boomerang floating in the air, coming towards me very slow, huge, had multiple lights in the bottom. I slammed on my brakes, I got out of my truck. As it came, it just gently floated over me above my head. I could see the entire skin of the craft. It was like a gunmetal gray, slightly reflective, and it was covered with thousands of what looked like thumbprints, little oval divots all over the bottom side of it.
Now the size, Dave, what would you say about that?
I'm gonna say from wingtip to wingtip of this boomerang-shaped craft, probably a mile to a mile and a half. I could see that there was multiple lights out of the bottom of it.
Dave, do you remember how many lights there were?
Probably 5 or 6 or so, maybe.
The craft itself, did that seem man-made, similar to anything that you know?
I have never seen anything like it. First of all, with the massive size that it was, and how it just drifted by, took its time. It didn't make any wind, it didn't blow my hair, it didn't make any sound.
Now, what made you look outside your window? Did you sense something? Did you see a shadow?
I think it was just the size of it and seeing it slightly move. It was like this massive, gentle giant.
Now, did you tell anyone about this afterwards or report it anywhere?
The next day when I went to work, that's all I could talk about for days. I saw it went right over my head. Later, of course, our governor came out publicly and ridiculed anybody that spoke out about it. So I just kind of shut up.
Do you think it's a possibility it could be a military prototype?
It's just the massive size. If it was tinier and smaller, I could probably wrap my head around that. But truly, it took up 70% of the horizon.
I have to ask, what is the possibility that you were just dreaming?
I had just gotten off work. I was driving my truck. It was way too early for me to be asleep. I don't drink. No, I was wide awake.
No substances whatsoever that night?
I'm a nurse.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you for your candor and for meeting us.
Thanks so much for meeting with me.
Thank you very much. I mean, Dave, he gave us such a detailed report. He saw that craft close up. So for me, there really is no other explanation other than what he saw is an unknown technology.
And if you go back to our previous investigations, it seems like this technology keeps being brought up again and again.
Exactly.
I think it's important to note that there were actually 2 events that are being conflated as one.
On March 13th, 1997.
Right, we've got the 8:30 event, which is what caused the widespread panic. And then we've got the 10 o'clock event that Mike Kristen filmed.
I'm still not convinced that these lights are extraterrestrial, so I'm bringing in another expert to talk me through the video. Brian Mahoney was a military pilot who flew helicopters during the 80s and early 90s and became obsessed with the mystery of the Phoenix Lights. I'm excited for someone with his insight and credentials to take a look at this footage. Brian, thank you so much for joining me. I have some footage that I'd love for you to look at.
Well, I'd love to see it, Jen.
The first one was taken March 13th, 1997. This video is of the 8 o'clock event, and at this time there were so many people that saw it, they were calling 911, they weren't sure what was happening. The 10 o'clock event, there's definitely more footage from different angles, different people took it, but this is the sole existing footage from the 8 o'clock event.
Okay. I don't see how anyone could confuse this particular footage with flares. Flares are asymmetrical. So as the wind pushes the flares, one will go a little bit lower than the other. They're just not going to stay together in any kind of a line. Right there, from this perspective, they appear to be symmetrical. What else you got here?
10 o'clock, we have more footage because there were more people out.
Right now, I'm not looking at a symmetrical V that all these witnesses are talking about, so this could be the flares. The flare would extinguish. Boom, okay, there goes one. Let me see another one go, because There goes another one. Okay, yeah, this looks like flares, even though it's really far away.
Now here's a third video, and this one was taken in 2019, and I want to get your thoughts on what this right here could be.
Oh, that's cool. 4 orbs, asymmetrical. Oh, here we go. This is what I find intriguing. This aircraft approaching. That to me looks like a rotary wing aircraft in absolute, very close to those orbs. So whoever is flying that, you track them down, they'll tell you. Now, there is a situation where the CIA or another one of our, secret organizations, they could have come in and put a cap on that right away. I'm really surprised that it's been a couple of decades that no one has leaked that information. I think the older people get, they want to have those sort of deathbed confessions. They want to be truthful. It seems to me like multiple events are happening here on one night. Otherwise, I'm telling you, there's some Air Force personnel that know what that V-shaped aircraft was.
At the time, what was the reporting procedure for that?
Military aviators are the most sober people you'll ever meet. I mean, we were constantly drug tested. We're constantly in the books. It's all think, don't feel. There is no emotion in a military cockpit. We call it Sierra Alpha, situational awareness. Military aviators have the best Sierra Alpha in the world. So you've got all these guys in Phoenix, in the military, in the aviation community. They either know what happened and they're not telling us, or something really did happen and we have to button this up. Because let's face it, technology that's not from here is a threat, and it's going to scare people.
Right.
It will change power structures of certain politicians and certain religious groups. It would be the event of the millennia. And now everyone's got a camera. I think in a few years, we're gonna get a lot of answers.
We're investigating the Phoenix Lights, 2 bizarre and unexplained sightings on the night of March 13th in 1997, which have been called everything from alien encounters to a mysterious government cover-up, even an elaborate hoax. Recent sightings of the lights are fueling speculation that the same V-shaped crafts have returned to Phoenix. Are the orbs simply military flares and not something extraterrestrial? The U.S. Air Force initially reported their planes were not in the air that night, but it was later revealed that a squadron from the Maryland Air National Guard was flying on a training mission. One of the pilots in that squad was A-10 pilot Jeff Booker. I want to find out if the lights at 10 p.m. were actually flares expended from planes that were sent out to distract from the lights at 8 p.m. Was the military trying to fool people into thinking that nothing happened at 8 o'clock? Thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Now, you were actually in Phoenix the night of March 13th, 1997. How far advance would you get your schedule as to when you were to be up in the air?
We make our schedules the night before.
And so if a flight is scheduled for 1900, would it be unusual for it to be moved up or moved back the day of?
Generally, the schedule is pretty firm because we have to coordinate with the people that own the range.
And so when you're doing these night missions, what is the purpose of carrying flares, and how many do you carry?
Normally, in a combat scenario, you would carry 2 pods that mount underneath the wing. They're cylindrical in shape. You can load 8. The tactic would be to have somebody go into the target area, drop a couple of the Bluetooth flares, and then we would look for targets below. And we have 4 to 5 minutes before that flare burns out. When I left the range, I expended the rest of the flares that I had on board that night.
So what would be the reason that a pilot would choose to deploy the remaining flares rather than bring them back to base after a night mission is complete?
It's a time consideration. It's easier for us just to expend those munitions and then to bring them back.
There is a conspiracy theory that says there actually was some sort of event, whether it was extraterrestrial or foreign military in nature, and then the National Guard deployed the A-10s as a way to kind of cover up or divert attention away from the first event. What are your thoughts on that?
A scenario that you're talking about, we would almost have to be on a strip alert of some sort, which we don't do, with the munitions loaded to make all that happen.
He seems credible, but I keep going back to the fact that the military first reported they didn't have any planes in the air that night. Why would they lie if they weren't covering something up? It's clear the residents of Phoenix witnessed something unusual in March of 1997. I want to know just how long people have been seeing strange things in the Arizona sky. Is there ancient proof right here in Phoenix that extraterrestrials have been visiting the Valley of the Sun since the dawn of humanity? Petroglyphs appear all over the world in one form or another, as ancient people leave their mark upon rock faces, to tell a story, to mark a spot. Is it really possible that these symbols depict sightings of a higher extraterrestrial intelligence or alien presence?
Clifford Mahooty is a Zuni elder and shaman. He and UFO researcher James Keenan believe that Native American petroglyphs are evidence of extraterrestrial activity.
The petroglyphs talks about our history, people that were here thousands of years ago. But I think the most interesting one is how they dealt with the sky people. Aboriginal groups have a connection with what we call the Star Nation people, which are from different parts of the galaxy. The Indians have rock drawings about that. James is very familiar with this area.
The petroglyphs have other meaning based on past cataclysmic events, lost ancient history, and that's what I'm going to take you to go see now.
I've heard so many stories from Native Americans about the Star people coming here and communicating with them. So if there is ancient evidence here carved into the rock, we've got to see it.
This one's loose, so be careful here. The four corners symbol, right, Clifford?
Mm-hmm.
We got the cross showing this being an important site, a landmark site for the Native Americans of the time. We have additional glyphs that show a natural ascension upwards. There's a lot of sightings that take place here of vortexes opening, UFOs flying into it.
In some cases, they actually show a UFO. The way that is taught us is that we got our ancestry directly from the Star people.
I found it fascinating that Clifford brought up the Star people and that these petroglyphs might have something to do with that.
There's still beings that are in these mountains.
And when it comes to the Phoenix Lights, we know that this is the area where people saw it and where they disappeared. So it only makes sense to me that if we have these vortexes where people say supposedly UFOs can jump in and out of, why not? Why couldn't it be this area?
Ryan makes an interesting point. UFO researchers swear by these cosmic forces to explain how crafts can travel such vast distances to visit Earth and then disappear within the blink of an eye. But I'm yet to be convinced.
There's a good possibility that the Native American communities witnessed this plasma event taking place, electrical arcing between the planet Earth and some other extraterrestrial object.
Those petroglyphs are amazing.
Yeah, they really show that something has been visiting us for a really long time.
So you think the spiral petroglyph could be symbolizing some sort of vortex?
Yeah, somewhere where these things, these craft, can come in and out of.
Then we have to explain a wormhole. I mean, in Arizona, right here.
While Ryan looks into his wormhole theory, I'm going to try to track down more people who saw the lights with their own eyes.